Are you looking at booking a premium cruise line and you've narrowed it down to Celebrity Cruises and Virgin Cruise Line? Let's cover off on some of the main differences you're going to want to make sure you're considering before you book. Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and I've had the privilege of sailing on both Celebrity and on Virgin Voyages this month, and I wanted to share with you what I thought are the differences. Now, both of these cruise lines I'll start out with are fantastic cruises, or cruise lines, but they are designed and geared towards different people. And so I want to go through what the experiences are going to be for each of these two cruise lines so that you'll know what to expect, and you can kind of say, should I go with Celebrity? Should I go with Virgin Voyages? Now, my main comparison here is going to be between Celebrity Silhouette and Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. Now, one area I always appreciate on a cruise ship is the outdoor space. So I'm always looking for where can I sit in the shade, where can I be outside, experience some of the warmth, read my book, play on my phone, respond to YouTube comments, whatever it is that I want to do out there, I'm always looking for that outdoor space. Now on the Celebrity Silhouette here, they have really good outdoor space, and so they've added a few areas to the ship that I really like. The first is going to be the sunset bar. So in the aft section of the ship, they're going to have this beautiful area outside, good chairs, good cushions for you to be able to enjoy, relax, grab a drink if you want to. They're also going to have the lawn here. So if you want to see fresh cut grass on a cruise ship, you can do that here as well. They're going to have a few seats on deck 4 as well, so if you look outside on the embarkation deck, you're going to see some sitting areas there too. And Virgin Voyages is also going to have some really neat seating as well. The first place that I really like is the back deck on Virgin Voyages. That is a place also overlooking the wake in the aft section of the ship. They're going to have good seating, sectional seating outside on their embarkation deck. And they're going to have an additional place called the Perch that most people don't even know about. If you're looking to find some secret hidden areas on Virgin Voyages, make sure you're watching that video here. But overall, if I had to choose which one of these outdoor spaces I like the best, I would probably choose the Silhouette. I like the spaces here better because the chairs are more comfortable. Virgin Voyages went with a very modern approach to a lot of their chairs, especially in the wake, and they're just not comfortable to sit on for a long or extended period of time. If you are looking at coming on a cruise in the Caribbean, you're also going to want to make sure you're checking out what is the pool going to be like on that cruise ship. You may not think to do that it's intuitive that the cruise lines would prioritize their pool section, but that's not necessarily the case. And I think this is one of the areas we see the biggest differences between Celebrity and Virgin Voyages. So on Celebrity, you're going to have multiple pools to choose from. You're going to have 3 decent sized pools for you to be able to get into, plenty of seating all around them, lots of shade, and you're going to have one that is in a solarium, which is an air-conditioned section, and it's going to give you additional shade and be a more temperature-controlled environment. You're also going to have low-key vibes. It is not that crazy out there. I went out there earlier. There wasn't even any music playing by the pool. If you go over to Virgin Voyages and want to check out their pool, you are in for a much different experience. There is one pool, small pool, in the middle of the ship. And then you're going to have, I call it a sitting pool. I mean, it's not really a pool. It's like a lukewarm bathtub that you can go and sit in that is also on the ship. That's going to be it. You're going to have 2 hot tubs. Not really much more to write home about. It is a party atmosphere, by the way. So, whereas Celebrity didn't have music yesterday, you are going to have a live DJ playing by the pool on Virgin Voyages, and it turns into a day club experience. And it is a party crowd, like make no mistake, it is people there to live their best life, especially if it's a sea day on Virgin Voyages. And if you are into that kind of thing, it is an amazing time. But if you want to go for which one of these 2 cruise lines has the best pool experience, the winner is going to easily be a Celebrity cruise line. The only caveat to that is if you're really looking for that party vibe and want to have a fantastic time like that, you're going to check out Virgin Voyages. Another big area that you're going to want to consider, and this arguably might be more so than the pools, is the food that you're going to have on board Celebrity and on Virgin Voyages. And so when I think about food on board both of these cruise lines, you're going to have your dinner time, so your main dining room experience, and then you're going to have like a buffet or a place that you can grab and go. So I'll break these into 2 different sections because I think I have 2 different winners for these. So the first, let's talk about the main dining room experience. Here on Celebrity, you're going to be invited to go in at a fixed time in order to grab your food and to be served. The food in here is fantastic. I have had a wonderful experience. It is plated nicely, it looks beautiful, and it tastes really good as well. If you look over at Virgin Voyages, they're going to have a much different experience. They're going to have multiple restaurants that you can choose from. They do not have that main dining room that you're going to go to every night like you see on Celebrity. You can even eat at the same restaurant every night if you want to, or you can try to do a different one every night like I do. So when you come here, the food is fantastic on Virgin Voyages. It is one of their strongest selling points in their dining rooms that they have. It is just amazing. But the downside to this is, you have to make a reservation for it, and that is stressful. They fill up, they sell out. You can't always get a reservation, or you've got to go see the maitre d' and see where they can squeeze you in, if they can squeeze you in. So it's a little bit of, their biggest win, I think, is their food on Virgin Voyages, but their biggest downfall is also their food scheduling on Virgin Voyages. So if I had to choose which one of the main dining rooms I like the most, I would choose Virgin Voyages. I love the food on Virgin Voyages and the take that they have with it. It is more modern, it's more contemporary. I like their food, with the caveat that I cannot stand their booking process to be able to book in their restaurants. If I look over now to the buffets, where you can grab and go different items, I'm also going to see pretty big differences here in how they approach it. In Celebrity, you're going to be able to go to a traditional cruise ship buffet, and the food here is going to change on a daily and nightly basis. You have one menu for lunch, one menu for dinner. Breakfast, I find, is normally pretty standard. And so that's going to rotate every single night. The food on Celebrity has been really good. Like, I had shrimp, scallops, I had kippers for breakfast. They've had really good options. Looking over at Virgin Voyages now, they're going to have the galley, which is a food court or food hall experience. So they're going to have probably about 10 different stations that are going to serve different styles of food. And these foods are more contemporary in what they offer. For instance, they're going to have a sushi station. They're going to have a ramen station. They're going to have tacos, panini press, salad bar. You're going to have all-day breakfast. They've got some really neat stations, but the downside to me on the galley here is the foods don't change. Their lunch menu is fixed and their dinner menu is fixed. So what you see is what you get. It is not changing at all during your cruise. It's going to be the same offerings. To me, that just gets a little bit boring. I like the feel of a buffet that's shifting a little bit and giving me different options and a different experience each time I go on there. If I had to choose a winner between, who has the best grab-and-go food options and buffet, I'm going to have to go with Celebrity Cruise Lines here. I love the fact that the menu changes. That is an elevated experience because it's a premium cruise line. It is a premium buffet, and I think they do a wonderful job with it. Looking over at Virgin Voyages, I'm dinging them here because, number one, it's a static menu, and honestly, I just don't always want to eat ramen or sushi at lunch or for dinner, let alone for both of those. Let's talk staterooms now. So I think this might be the most controversial of the topics that are out there when it comes to Virgin Voyages. But I'll start with Celebrity. Celebrity's room, I'm sitting in it right now. You can see what this room looks like. If you want to see the room tour, you can check it out here. That video will walk you through what this room truly looks like. But you can see that it's, for the most part, a little bit modern, a little bit sophisticated. I'm not a huge fan of the wood back there, that light oaky color. Not my favorite, but it's not horrible. It is a nice room. The carpet, you can't see it in this video because the room's super small. This is a solo inside cabin, but the carpet's light, it's bright, and it really feels like a nice experience. Going over to Virgin Voyages, I've stayed in balcony cabins. I've not had one of their inside cabins yet, but the rooms, they're awkward. I think that's the best way to describe them. They look beautiful. When you walk into it, they are modern, they're contemporary. They've got a really neat design to them. But on the functionality side is where most people ding them because the room's kind of at an angle. It's a very tight corner to get between the bed and the TV. The chairs, by the way, there's not a proper chair in here. You've got that massive chair, you've got a stool, and your couch is only a couch if you convert your bed into a couch, which I don't think many people actually do. So what I would say here is, I like the Virgin Voyages room. I can get over some of the things they have. I do appreciate a sturdy chair for me to sit in and make videos and talk to you all on, but I can get around that. For a longer sailing, I think this again is a place where, for a 4-night, 5-night sailing, Virgin is fine in the cabin that they have. But if it is a longer sailing, I'm gonna look for a more traditional setting for if it's a 7-night where I can have a proper couch, a proper seat, and be able to walk around the room a little bit better and prefer the Celebrity style stateroom. From there, you might be wanting to say, hey, what's the entertainment like on both of these cruise ships? So if you're looking at Celebrity, your entertainment is going to be traditional singers and dancers. On the stage here for the Celebrity Silhouette, it's been a sparsely decorated stage with a lot of performance. So a lot of singing, a lot of dancing, some acrobats. They have that going on the stage. You're also going to have a few headliners that come through. Normally that's going to be a juggler, a musician. You're going to have, on ours, we had a comedian come on board. There's different headliners that float around the cruise ships that you'll expect to see on Celebrity. It is a very traditional, and I'd say older school model of entertainment. When you look at Virgin Voyages, you know what? Their entertainment is very different. I think they have stepped the game to 2023, 2024, and it feels more modern and fresh. This doesn't appeal to everyone. But when I say that, they're going to have Door Reality, which is like a Circus Olay show. You're going to have Ships in the Night, which is, I would say it's like their singers and dancers, if you will, that you're going to find on Celebrity, but it is a very contemporary way of dancing. It's like contemporary jazz, modern dancing. And the storyline is also going to be more diverse and more 2023, 2024. You're going to have other shows. So one thing that, I like that Virgin does is they take smaller venues and they host shows there as well. So you're going to be able to go to a drag show. You're going to be able to go to a variety show. You're going to be able to go to a magician. They've got all sorts of smaller venues where you can come and check out different shows that they have. It's not just those big ticket shows, but they're going to have some smaller ones that you can also do. So when it comes to the entertainment, I really prefer Virgin Voyages on this one. I appreciate their efforts to modernize entertainment. I think that they have done a fantastic job with it. It feels new, it feels fresh, and they do a really, really good job with it. So if you're coming on a cruise, one thing that you need to know is the demographic of who's going to be there. Don't show up to the party not knowing who's going to be at your party. Here on the cruise lines, that is no exception. And I'm going to compare these kind of side by side. When I look at Celebrity cruises, you're going to find a much more senior demographic. Shockingly so to me. I knew that it was going to be a more senior demographic, did not expect it to be as much as it is. So there is a strong majority of people that are on this sailing that are 65 and 70 plus. And that, hasn't been the case on Virgin Voyages. When I go over to Virgin Voyages, there's certainly people in their 20s and then a strong contingent of people in their 30s to 50s and 60s. I'm not seeing that as much here on Celebrity. It is, that senior demographic with a few people my age here, and I wouldn't say anybody in their 20s or 30s are here. There's a few of them, but it is not to the same degree that you're going to find over on Virgin Voyages, where their bread and butter is really that 30 to 65 kind of crowd, and you're going to see a sprinkling of people that are, just a little bit older than that. So the main difference that these demographics are going to bring to the table is the energy and the vibe that they have. If you're looking at Celebrity, you're going to find that it is a much lower key vibe. And I think this is important to a lot of people trying to figure out what kind of vacation they want. If you want something that's relaxing, where you get good food and you have a good experience, but it is in a low-key environment, I think Celebrity is going to be the one you want to gravitate towards. If you are looking for something that's high energy, a little bit more party hardy, if you will, for a demographic of 30 to 50-year-olds, you're going to want to look to Virgin Voyages because you're going to have a higher energy, more upbeat experience than what you're going to find on Celebrity. Overall, both of these cruise lines are fantastic cruise lines, and I really appreciate and love them both. I want to sail on Celebrity and Virgin as much as I can. They are my two top favorite cruise lines right now. But they are for different types of vacations. So you've seen all the differences here. They are very different cruises, but can be an amazing experience, but you gotta know yourself and which one you're gonna be gravitating towards. If you say Virgin Voyages is the one that you wanna go to, it is much different than any other cruise you have been on or heard about. So make sure that you're watching these pro tips on how you can enjoy and maximize your very first cruise on board Virgin Voyages. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. I'm gonna see you on a weekend cruise soon.